Well, hello.
Well, hello.
Well, hello.
Well.
Good afternoon. No.
Well, it doesn't
Hello?
matter. You can't, because it's the internet,
No.
and it could be no afternoon.
Of course, there's no afternoon. We don't know.
We don't know.
Now, many of you will be aware there's been an awful lot of information coming out into the public domain via the medium of Wikileaks and Julian Assange, who's been releasing this information. And I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Dora Dale. Dora, hello.
Hello.
Dora.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I am the Julian Assange of said. I have a hard drive stuffed with files that would make your eyes pop, Martin.
Let's start with Lady Gaga.
Good example, Martin.
Thank you.
Because we did it out there, didn't we?
That was the one we prepared, yeah.
Yeah, so I know her fairly well. I'm sort of, she always courts controversy.
She does, doesn't she?
She courts controvery.
She courts it, doesn't she?
She doesn't just she lays it down on a bench, bends it over and
courts
gets
it.
Yeah. So that skimpy outfit, do you remember the meaty
The meat?
outfit?
Oh, it's all about the meat dress.
Streaky bacon. Yeah. Well, that happened. She came to visit me.
In Ormskirk.
In Ormskirk. And
Yes.
there was we went to the pub and there was a raffle. And she won the raffle, and the first prize was £10, and she thought it was £10 of money.
No.
But it was £10 of mixed meat.
Mixed meat.
From Dewhurst.
Just chops and...
Chops and, all of that. And I remember her saying, what kind of a two-bit outfit is this?
Yes.
And I said, there's something in there.
What you said, the outfit.
Put them on. So she did that, I whipped out my camera phone.
Yes, and the rest was history of the meat dress.
The rest, yeah. And she's because she courts controversy.
Yeah, she courts
she
it.
loves controversy. Do you know, she takes controversy. She gets both her thumbs, right?
Yes.
Anyway, no.
But she does take...
With controversy.
She courts it,
she
controversy.
really gives it...
She gives it what for, doesn't she?
Yeah. Her next outfit is going to be even more controversy courting.
Yeah.
It's 2 panda steaks, and then for a song, a Siberian tiger's tail.
Wow.
Yeah, controversy.
So, now that will be controversial.
That will be a whole big face load of controversy.
Yeah. Well, as you've raised the subject, Dora, of endangered species, tell me about Jimmy Savile.
Great link.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew him. He was a tremendous man.
Tremendous.
Like a great albino bull he was.
Yeah.
And I first met him in Zimbabwe. He was out there. He'd been put out to stud in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Because albinos in Zimbabwe, they go like hotcakes.
Yes, they're very rare.
I mean, they eat them like hotcakes. And so he was out to stud, being just mating left, right, and centre. And I had a cabaret night that I put on.
Yes, used to.
And I'd seen him working, and I thought, there's something in this. Now, in the end, it found its way onto television as Jim Will Fix It.
Yes, it did, of course, over here.
But originally, the show had a longer title. Originally, it was You Name It, Jim Will Fix It.
Yes.
But before that, the show was called You Name It, Jim Will F It.
Yes.
And it was... in this cabaret bar, we had people could bring along things, and Jimmy Savile would have relations with them.
Yes.
So it could be a dog, or people locked in a loveless relationship, or a snake, or a curry, a panda.
Yes.
But we did do a panda once.
Yes.
But he forgot to tape it up, and it just exploded everywhere. And it was afterwards you get a little medal.
Yes.
Round the back.
Really?
It's a sort of...
So that's where it all started, obviously.
That's where it started, and it very nearly all finished.
Yeah.
Because one night, a chap brought along a rhino.
My goodness.
An actual rhino. And I remember watching it quivering, sweaty flanks heaving, base animal.
Was that Jimmy or the rhino?
Jimmy.
Yes, Jimmy.
And roaring with a bestial rage.
Yes.
And I don't think the rhino really quite knew what was happening. And the crowd loved it.
Oh. He's a crowd pleaser, isn't he, Jimmy?
Huge. And that night, I mean, it was incredible. But I mean, he had his in splints for months.
Yes. That voice he used to do with the yell, I mean, that's where it originated, wasn't it? Really?
That's right. Yeah, he tore his esophagus just with effort. I remember visiting him in the hospital, you know, when he came round afterwards, a few days afterwards.
Yeah.
And I remember the first thing he said was, "How's about that then?" I said, "Keep that."
And that's how it all started, really. Yeah, for Jimmy. Fantastic.
Very liberating not doing this for broadcast.
No, well, I can see that. Yeah. So, to bring it more up to date from Jimmy to Beyonce.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, because she got married and you were...
She's such a big... Well, Beyonce, I mean, the big news about her lately is that she's released a fragrance.
Yes.
You know, you get married, you get complacent, you let it all go. And she did, but she got married, and it was interesting. I was there at the wedding.
Yes,
I was invited along.
And she married this chap,
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Yeah, it's not his real name, is it? Jay-Z.
No, Little Joseph. I was calling Little Joseph. Joe Zabaglione.
So it's named after the
popular
foamy
Italian
pudding. Yes,
pudding. Don't know why, but there was a knock at the door the night before the wedding on my hotel room door, and I thought, here we go.
Yeah.
And blow me, it was little Joe.
Yeah.
And he said, "What have I done? What have I done?" You know. And I said, "Now, Joseph.
Yeah.
Come on. She is probably the finest woman in the world."
Well, she have made the best video. She have.
That's right. She have. Fact. I mean, not that any of that would make any difference to him.
No.
From what I've heard. So, a marvelous woman. But they're like sort of rap royalty, you know. But I think it's going to be like, there's something in it, man. There's something there that I just don't buy.
Right.
I think it's like Charles and Diana. In 20 years' time, Jay-Z is going to be going out with a Barry White lookalike.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, as you mentioned weddings, and as you were intimately involved in, well, not intimately involved, but you were
quite intimately.
Quite intimately, yes.
I worked the pump.
Yes, in Beyonce's wedding with Jay-Z. There is a royal wedding coming up. I know you can't talk. I know you can't talk about the royal family, because if I press you, you will, and you could blow the whole thing wide open, couldn't you? Wide open, yeah. So
wider than the Queen.
Yeah. So we can't talk about the royal family.
Please.
But just, I mean, there is a royal wedding coming up.
There is,
Prince William and Kate Middleton.
Very true.
They're both going to get married to each other.
Yeah.
And
that way.
Yes, and you're involved in that too.
Well, I'm doing
peripherally
some of the ents for that. So I'm in charge. I don't know if you heard about this, but Snoop Dogg, is and Woodstock, I think, are due to come and perform at the stag do.
The stag.
So I've been helping out with
with some of the lyrics and the music.
You know, what's he gonna do?
Yeah. So can we have a listen to that now?
Yeah, stick it on.
The Royal Wedding 2011. This is Snoop Double D with Wills and Harry, and one fresh prince is about to marry Lady Catherine. She's one hot limey. Excuse me while I hit her Royal Highness. Take my ointment. By royal appointment. Now I know what all y'all lords be thinking. Y'all wish the wills of book Catherine Jenkins. People talking shit about the heir to the throne or the lady in waiting that he's going to bone. It should be timeless, majestic, so goes the theory. Charles and Diana booked the singer Dame Kiri, but all y'all raws need to look more relevant. Might think that this should be all highbrow and elegant, but Wills wanna look like he be hung like an elephant. Take my ointment. Oh yeah.